Having not been able to travel for nearly 1 year while being confined to Australia due to the worldwide pandemic has got me thinking about my travelling experiences. So, in this video, I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey back to Siem Reap, Cambodia, and to explain to you why I really miss Cambodia. If this is your first time on the channel, or you have returned and like the content, then can I ask you to please like, share and subscribe. It really does help me and the channel. Oh yeah, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss out on upcoming videos. And if you are looking at ways to potentially meet a gorgeous woman from Southeast Asia, then press the link below. I was in Thailand to play cricket in Chiang Mai, and I was lucky enough to meet this gorgeous, fun, outgoing woman from Cambodia. After hanging out for a while, we came to an agreement that if I introduced her to cricket, then she would introduce me to Cambodia. Sounded like a win-win deal to me. So we hung out in Chiang Mai while I played in the Chiang Mai Cricket Sixes tournament, and she got to experience a bit of Australian cricket culture. After the tournament, Bella headed back to Siem Reap and I went to a mate's wedding on Phi Phi Island. A few days relaxing and drinking on this wonderful island really blew my mind. Phi Phi Island has to be one of the most amazing islands in the world, absolutely stunning. Anyway, after a couple of days recovering, I organised to meet up with my Cambodian friend in Siem Reap. Having heard all sorts of different rumours about Cambodia, like it is like the Wild West, there is widespread corruption and everyone lives in absolute poverty, I was a little bit apprehensive. My fears were somewhat justified when I was met at the immigration counter by some very unfriendly customs officers who tried to rip me off. Not having US dollars made them angry, so having to pay them in Thai baht didn't really impress them. In the ensuing negotiations, I realised that I actually paid $50 more than I was supposed to. Rookie mistake, not doing the research of not knowing what the costs of entry were. But I didn't want to rock the boat, so to speak, and I put that experience behind me. Bella, my Cambodian friend, was there to meet me, and she was not impressed that I had been ripped off, but I put it down to experience. Oh well. She said that transport from the hotel had been organised, and here's me thinking it would be a minivan, but to my surprise it was a motorbike tuk-tuk. Having been in Southeast Asia to play cricket, I had a rather large bag that included all my cricket gear. My first impression on our trip back to the hotel was the heat, the traffic, some dodgy roads, but I loved it. The feeling of being in a new country on a new form of transport with the hot wind blowing in my face was fantastic. Our driver was so friendly and accommodating. The same can be said once we got back to the hotel, with the staff being so friendly. To my surprise, when I got to my room, towels were made into the form of 2 swans and my name was decorated on the bed. Very cool. The next day was a relaxing day, checking out the local area, eating Cambodian food, drinking fruit shakes and people watching. Bella introduced me to one of her friends who has a beauty salon and who also does massage. Having a desperate need for a massage due to a sore back, I got on the table and I have to say it was one of the best massages I've had in my life, and I've had a few. Honestly, I don't know where she got the strength from. That night it was time to hit the town for a meal and a couple of beers, so Bella took me to the entertainment precinct called Pub Street. Pub Street is a vibrant, colourful modern area with numerous restaurants and bars. It really surprised me. It is as good as any entertainment precinct I have visited in Southeast Asia. We ended up at the Hard Rock Cafe under a blasting fan watching an incredible rock band from the Philippines playing some all-time classic rock tunes. The next morning, with a hangover drumming a merciless beat in my head, I decided to go and check out Angkor Wat and the surrounding areas and temples. Bella couldn't face the day, so I headed there alone with my camera. In hindsight, it probably wasn't the best day to check out one of the most wondrous temples and surrounds I've ever had the pleasure of seeing. The baking heat and my hangover put a little dent in my experience, but it was still unforgettable. I will definitely go back again if I get the opportunity. If I thought the next day was going to be relaxing, man, was I wrong. I was lucky enough to be in Cambodia on the day of the water festival. It's almost identical to the Songkran festival in Thailand. I had such a wonderful day with my new Cambodian friends. The day was spent drinking Angkor beer, eating prawn shell snacks and getting soaked by every Khmer child who was old enough to hold a water cannon or pistol. What an amazing day. The day after, Bella informed me that we had been invited to a village party where respect would be paid to the older members of the community and the local monks. I jumped at the opportunity to experience a bit of local culture. It turned out to be a very humbling and fun day. To see the respect shown to the old members of the community was a real eye-opener. We in the West could learn a lot from the way Asian cultures treat the old. After the prayers and ceremonies were completed, a Khmer Pinata game was played. A Khmer Pinata is in the form of a clay pot that is full of Khmer money. Once broken, the money scatters and the kids come from everywhere. Being the only Westerner at the party, I was asked to have a go. I was given a stick, blindfolded, spun around and then had to try and follow the directions to hit the pot. Not being able to understand the local dialect made it difficult at first to find the target, but I did manage to whack the side of the house. The night finished with a few more beers and a game of cards with the locals. If I thought that the excitement and fun was finished, then I was wrong. The next night it was Bella's friend's daughter's first birthday party and I was invited. The day after it was the second day of her other friend's wedding and I was invited to that as well. The birthday party was fun and I got to meet many more locals and some Westerners who were married to local girls. The most interesting part of the night was when I was convinced by Bella to eat some of the local insects that are on the menu. Interesting taste to say the least.
Close your eye.
No, give me.
No.
Is it a cockroach?
No. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. It's not poison.
I thought of.
One more. Tastes like meat. Tastes like steak.
Tastes like shit.
The wedding the day after was a fantastic cultural experience, watching how different cultures go about getting married. A Khmer wedding goes for 2 days, with the first day being the ceremony and the second day being the reception. The reception was interesting in that there were around 200 monks that were present for a meal and a sign of respect from the married couple. Unfortunately, after a day of relaxing, it was time for me to return to Australia. My time in Siem Reap was a whirlwind of excitement, fun, culture and surprise. Those memories are still vivid in my mind and I yearn for the time when I can return and explore other parts of this wondrous country. Sure, there are problems in the country with politics, poverty, infrastructure, etc., but it is a country that is slowly developing. The people are friendly, the food is wonderful, and the culture is incredible. This is why I really miss Cambodia.